See, I have this code and somebody else has uploaded the data into the version control tool. I want to get the latest code. That means I am not with the sync with latest code because somebody else has already uploaded more files into the version control. How should I get those changes? Any idea? We already have a code, but this is not a latest. This is the older code. Somebody else has already uploaded the files into the version control. How should I get those files to here? Let's take an example. What is command?
Pull.
Git pull. Git pull will help us to update the source code whatever you have with the latest code which is available in the central repository. Central repository means that GitHub data. Okay, don't get confused because from there only everybody is trying to download the code. There is that is the place where everybody is trying to upload the code. So if you want to have the latest code, if you want to sync with latest code in the central repository, you should use git pull.
Merge. Pull.
No, not merge. It's just only the git pull. If you use git pull, what will happen is it will check with the central repository. Is there any changes or not? If it finds any changes, then it will simply download to here. That's it is as simple as like update. We are going to use update command in case of SVR. But in case of Git, we are going to use git pull command. Where should I use? Here you can simply use git pull. When you use git pull, it will check with latest repository. Is there any changes or not? See here, already up to date. That means whatever the code I have in my system, in the automation, whatever the code I have, this is the latest code which is available in the center. If somebody else has uploaded more data, how should I get those things? Simply use git pull command. Let's see an example of it. Let me create one more folder with DAO3. First, you need to download the code. How should download the code? cd space dot. You want to download the code. What is the command to download the code?
Clone.
Git clone and the URL. Go and take the URL of this one. Here you can click on this one. Copy this. Pass it here. So you are trying to clone the entire repository from the central repository. Go on check. In the 3 folder you got ITC. Here we have a data. Okay. cd space ITC. Let us assume that he's going to put one file here. Okay. Welcome.html. Now he want to commit this file. So first, what is the command? In real time, please make sure to use git status always to know the status of the file. See here it is telling that the file is in untracked stage. So first we need to track the file. Or the same feature I'm going to call it as a first we need to stage the file. Stage the file, track the file, all are same names. Whatever the files are tracked, whatever the files are staged, only those files will be committed. If you have 10 files, but you staged only one file, when you apply git commit, only one file will be committed. This feature is available in Git, but this feature is not available in SVN. Staging concept is available in Git, it is not available in SVN. If you have a 10 files, if you tracked only 2 files by using a command called git add, and the file name will be committed. Because when you apply git add and then git commit, only those files will be committed. In my case, I am adding all the files. Git add -. Next, git commit -m message. The message you want to pass, you can give it any message. Suppose I'm giving any random message. Next, git push. But in real time, here they will mention a proper message and also they will provide the Jira ticket also here. When you're working in software industry, the work whatever you are doing should be recorded, should be tracked somewhere. For that, we do have one tool that is called Jira. There is a place where your manager will try to assign the tickets for you, and based on the tickets, you need to work on. For the ticket number, you should mention in the commit message. So then only it will allow. Otherwise, it will not allow. That type of conditions also can made in the Git. Okay. If your company is using Jira as a bug tracking tool, your manager will divide the tasks to you and will assign the tickets to you. So for whatever the ticket you are working on, you should specify the ticket number here and then message. Those type of conditions also can made in Git. Okay. Next, you can use push. Even in my case, I am working on Azure DevOps right now. In our case, git commit -m hash and then ticket number and then message we need to pass. If I didn't mention hash and the ticket number, it will not allow me. State that boss, please provide the ticket number. The type of configuration also can made in the Git. Every company will follow, it depends. Okay, because if you mention the ticket number here, so that it is easily identified for me for which task I am working on. Okay. Next, use git push so that my changes will go to central repository. Okay, my changes will go to the central repository. But here he created a file called welcome.html. The same file he is expecting. Developer 2 also expecting the same file. He want to download from the central repository. Two options is there. What he can do is he can simply delete the entire code and he can use git clone. That means fresh download. Or else he can use git pull to update with the latest code, to sync with the latest. Two options. Only delta part you want to take, or you want to take entire repository again. Which one will be good actually in real time? Which one is the best practice? Like to delete everything every day, download freshly from central repository, or else just update the repository. Git clone is a good option, or git pull is a good option. Which one is the best practice?
Git
If you
pull.
don't have a code in your
Git
system,
pull.
if you don't have a code in your system, you should go for a git clone. If you already have a code, instead of downloading again freshly from central repository, better go for git pull. In interview, they will ask this question: what is the difference between git pull and git clone? If it is a fresh checkout, then go for a git clone. If you already have an existing code and if you want to sync with the central repository code, you should go for a git pull. So let me go to dow2 cd space dow2 cd space itc. Now here git, when you use git pull, it will try to get the latest code from here. See, here you got welcome.html. But the question is that how come it knows that to which repository it should go? When you use git pull, how come it knows? In the GitHub lot, so many projects are available. But how should it knows that it should go to ITC project only? Because in GitHub, so many projects are available. Go here. Even in my account also, I do have so many projects are. See, Chendu report, your SBI 007, Citibank, SCB, Game of Life. Right, but how come it knows that it should go to the ITC? How come it knows? When you use git pull, it should go to the ITC and it should get the latest code. How come it knows? Because here in your case, here you can see one folder. This is called hidden folder, .git folder. This plays a vital role to talk with your central repository. When you use git clone, you will get the source code. Along with the source code, you will have one .git folder. It will remember all the information from where you downloaded the code, from which branch you downloaded the code. Right. In interview, they will ask this question: what is the purpose of this .git folder? Anyone, whoever did git clone, they will get the source code. Along with the source code, they will get one hidden folder that is called .git. When you are doing the practice, please make sure to enable the hidden folders here. View and then click on these hidden items. Maybe in your case, if it was off, you can't see, so don't get confused. Click on view and click on hidden items. This dot kit will remember it from where it downloaded the code, to which repository it should connect, what is the branch it should connect. Everything is going to be held in this dot kit folder. See, so many things. Suppose if you delete this dot git folder, you are going to lose the connection with the central repository. You are no more in a position to send the files to the central repository. Okay, so dot git contains the information of the central repository from where you downloaded the code, whether it has a latest code or not. Who is going to check that condition? This dot git. It has so many information, but you don't need to worry. But in some of the interviews, they will ask what is the purpose of the dot git file. It holds the information of your central repository. When you do git clone or when you do git commit, when you do git pull, everything should be applied on the central repository, right? At that time, it will check this dot git. Okay. Suppose let us assume that we'll take one scenario. You have two things, right? Developer 2 mission is there, developer 3 is there. Developer 2 is trying to commit a file or he's trying to put some content in info.java, info.txt. Suppose he's trying to put as this is just for info. He created a content in the file. Developer 2 has modified a info.java, info.txt. Developer 3 is modifying welcome.txt. Let's open this. What is this? Okay, welcome to ITC. So developer 2 has modified one file and developer 3 also modified one file. Here, developer 2 has modified a file name called info.txt. Developer 3 has modified the file name called welcome.html. So first, let's assume that developer 2 is trying to commit the files. So now we are in developer 2 mission only, developer 2 folder only. Now he is trying to use first git status. Yeah, he modified info.txt file. Next, git add, define git commit, hyphen m, message, added content. What he can do? He can use git push. So developer 2 is trying to upload the data into the version control. That's fine. Now let's go to developer 3. PD space down 3, PD space ITC. Here he is trying to see, keep in mind that developer 3 has a latest code or he doesn't have a latest code. Developer 2 just now committed the file. Developer 2 just now uploaded the data into the central repository. This guy has this code or not? Developer 3.
No, it doesn't have the code.
No, he
Yeah,
doesn't have.
it doesn't have because developer 2 just now he uploaded by using a command called git push. But developer 3 doesn't have latest code and he doesn't know whether developer uploaded or not. He doesn't. So he's simply working on the files and he's simply trying to upload the data by using git add hyphen all git commit hyphen m message added to welcome page. So now when I use git push, will it allow to upload the code or not? Because he doesn't have a latest code. Developer 2 has committed.
No,
Oh,
What should it tell?
it should commit some message that The version has been changed and you have to actually update it and then push it back, I believe.
Yes, because he doesn't have a latest code. Somebody else already uploaded the data. So first what it should do is he should be in a sync with central repository whenever he is trying to push the changes. That is the advantage of version control tool. Suppose if it allows git push, then it is going to override the previous code, that is developer 2 code. That's the reason git should not allow like this. Whenever you want to upload your data, please make sure that you should have a latest code. That is the thumb rule in the version control tool. The same is applies for CVS, SVN, Git, any other version control tool also. Whenever you try to update the data in the central repository, you should make sure that you should have a latest code by that time. So now do you have a latest code? No, because developer 2 has uploaded some data, but I don't know that information because he is sitting in USA. I'm working from India. How come I know whether he uploaded or not? So I'm simply going on my way, like I am updating the files and I'm trying to add the file and I'm trying to commit the file and then I'm trying to push it. What will happen? It should warn us. It should warn us, right? See here, what is the message you got? Rejected. Main is the branch name. Here you can look at. You are all working on the main branch, right? Which branch we are working on? Main branch on. Let me show you. See here. We are working on a main branch. Here you can see main. That's the reason it is displaying as rejected main. Fail to push some references to this because keep in mind in real time, if you get any errors, please make sure to read the description properly because there itself we will have a solution. Most of the cases. If you have failed to read the answer, read the description here, then you need to ask somebody else or else you need to search in Google. But before that, please try to read the description properly. Here only you will get a hint. Okay. See here, objects were rejected, updates were rejected because the remote contains work that you do not have locally. What they are telling is, in the central repository we have data. The same data is not there with you locally. This is usually caused by another repository pushing the some references. Okay, so you may want to first integrate the remote changes. You may want to first integrate the remote changes means that was first get the latest code and then commit the files. That is what they are telling. So example, how to integrate the with latest changes? How should I get those changes to my mission? Use git pull before pushing it again. So what should I do now? First what should I do now? Git pull to get the latest code. And then what I can do? Git push. Because they are not allowing because there are some references which are not with you. Now if you go and check with the central repository, you will have both the changes. See info.txt, this guy has updated, that is also present, and this guy also has modified the content, right? This is also present. When you do a push, at that time it will check whether it has latest code or not. But who is checking that condition? This is smart enough. This one is trying to check it. This .git folder .3, see in ITC we have a dot. This is going to be check that condition whether it has a latest code or not. That is the advantage of this .git. Suppose if I delete this .git, it is simple like info.txt, welcome.html file. These are normal files which are there in your C drive or F drive or H. Those are not one version controlled files anymore. If you delete this .git, if you delete this .git, you are losing the connection with the central repository. But keep in mind in real time, sometimes it may require to copy the source code from one location to another location. That way we are going to do it. Please make sure don't copy this .git. Please make sure don't copy this .git. You will lead to so many problems if you copy or if you override this .git files. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Prashant, Geeta, Raj?
I don't have the .git folder. I don't know how to do that.
Sorry?
I don't have .git folder.
Yeah. Please make sure to enable this one. Go to view, go to enable this hidden items so that you can see .git. Did you use git clone?
Question two.
Did you use
Uh,
did you use git clone?
yeah.
Yeah, after that you will get a folder called ITC. Did you went inside ITC? You should go inside repository. There only you can see dot.
Okay. And one more question. Actually, I have two GitHub accounts I have made today. One yesterday and today one more. Yesterday I have tried to use command git add git push in git cmd. Yeah, with the other git repository. And today I try to use in the git cmd with another repository,
Okay.
so I can get the access
Right?
on my screen.
Yeah, you can take the screenshot and put it in the chat so that you can check. Yeah. Any questions, guys? Where Vinita, Prashant,
Yes,
Pranay?
actually, I have one. Uh, when we when we try to add like git add, either we say like git add period or git add all. So how come it gonna add this dot git? I guess we can't manipulate git this hidden git folder, do we?
We can't manipulate .git folder. You forget about the .git folder first of all. You can do whatever the work you want, but the purpose in the background to which repository it should upload the code, to which repository it should get updated, all those information will be stored in .git.
Yeah, what I mean is like is the engine like for the local repository of our computer, the dot git folder. So when we are
Yes,
using command line tool to push our data to the central repository, I believe
yes,
we are not manipulating that folder. So we never
yes.
manipulate. Either we go inside it and manually manipulate that, otherwise it won't
No,
get
no, no.
affected.
We should not do it. Again. We should not
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it and then we should not
yeah.
touch basically. That's not it.
Yes, yes. That's all actually. So
It is as simple as like a shadow to your code.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. Any other questions, guys? Well, do you have any questions?
I have a
Chandu,
question.
I do have a question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I
So
have
Chandu,
installed. Okay, Pranay can.
okay, okay, yeah, please. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yep.
I've installed this Git CMD and I tried to push cloned and I have added one file and it
Okay.
is asking, please tell me who are you and ask me to run git config hyphen hyphen global with
Yes. Yes.
name as well as
Yes.
email, which I have
Yes.
done, but still it's
Okay.
not
Good.
working.
I
Okay.
think you
We should
made
ask
this
you for see.
private one.
See, when you
Okay.
create a new repository here, let me show you. When you create a repository, suppose when you create ABC123, click on create repository. For the first time users, see here, we should go like, let me show. Git config, did you add it?
Yes. Git config hyphen hyphen global user dot email also I have run and user
Yeah,
dot name also I have entered because it was asking me to run that,
yeah.
but I have done, but
Who's-
still it's
Uh, whatever the username here, you have the same username you provided or different one.
uh,
It is
what
asking
user
for email ID, right? After that, it will ask for username, right?
Yes, initially user dot email it was asking and user dot
Yeah.
name it was asking.
Yeah. User dot name should be like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
It
tried
should be
with
matched with.
yeah, I tried with the same username and normally user dot and also email I tried, but it did not work out.
Okay. Okay.
Does it is asking about the token?
No,
No, not okay. No. Better please make sure to use the same username with this one and then give it a try. Should work.
Can you check once? Is it private or public repo when you make the repository?
it's a public.
Okay.
Give a try with this username. If not, then we'll take a screen share and we'll check it out. They
Sure,
give
sure.
it try. If not, then we'll take a screen share.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any more questions, guys? Ras?
Yeah, Chandu, I too face the same issue which Raj has asked. So at
Okay.
that time, I referred one YouTube video, and he asked me to change the name and the email ID and the name. So I've done the same, and at that time, it was asking for a token kind of thing with
Okay.
a GitHub. So I have given the
Okay.
access, and at that time, I was able to commit the code. So this issue occurs whenever we commit the code. So at
Okay.
that time, for the first time, it worked out. So again, when I tried to add and commit the code, that the second time also it's asking the very same questions. Like
Okay.
it's repeating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where you have taken
For
token?
token, you can see in the settings, but you need to use some what the date, everything, like how many days you want to use this token or everything. Go down at the end, you can see. Uh, Go down. Developer setting. Yeah. Here you need to, yeah, personal access token.
See,
Generate
I
new
don't
token.
have any. Even I don't have any token, but still I can able to work, right?
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, this is the same screen which we are getting.
Yeah. Yeah,
No
here you
update.
need to give expiration. You need to mention here some days, like when you, how many days you are using all this, so that it won't ask again. And you need to give all this, I think, access for personal token.
No expiration. Better you can go for no expiration.
Yeah, no expiration. Yes.
And you need to select all. You need to select all activities. See here you have an option to restrict. See here, write this question, delete repo. Whoever checked out, only those people, right, they can't delete the repo. It can be used. Make sure to copy your personal token now and you won't be able to see it again. Copy this and you can make use of this. Tomorrow we'll take screen share in the first session itself and then we'll see. But it should not ask, maybe because the GitHub is trying to improve day by day. So they change the settings every day. Okay. But you are able to commit the files, you are able to push the files, right? Raj?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, I'm able to.
Yeah. Fine.
I'm able, even when I'm trying to commit git commit hyphen m, and I'm
Okay.
getting this username and email, but even after push also, it was asked, it's showing some error.
Huh.
SRC ref spec something like we are getting some error,
Okay.
some fat.
Okay. Would you have number of ways to set the username and password? There is some folder. There is one more file called .git ignore .git config. There also we can specify the username and password. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to stop the class here itself because I do have one production call now. So tomorrow I will take the screenshot, I will finish that one, and then we'll go for this one. What is the purpose of branches? What is the purpose of the tags? And meanwhile, I want to give one more task to you. It is just like a scenario. Let us assume that just now we checked with two developers. Developer 2 has modified one file. Developer 3 has modified one file. First, developer 2 did a push, and he's trying to do a push. At the time it give a warning that first you should pull the changes, but understand that suppose this info.java he is modifying this 8 is replaced 7 is replacing as 8, this guy, close it. Developer 3 is also trying to modify the same file and same line. He is trying to put this as a 0 because I don't know, developer 2 is also modifying the same line, same file, I don't know. So I am putting this line, close it. So first do a push by using DAO2. When he is trying to push DAO3, he will get a warning. State that boss who don't have a latest. So simply he should use git pull. When you use git pull, if the change is not in the same file, then only git pull will do the merge. But the change is in the same file, in the same line. How come git knows which data I should put it? Developer 2 is also updating the same line, same file. Developer 3 is also updating. Earlier case, both are different files. So I assume that, okay, we need both the data. Developer 2 data we require, developer 3 data you require. Earlier case, because both the changes are in a different files. But now the change is in the same file. So now when you use a git pull, it will get confused because developer 2 modified the same line, same file. You are also trying to modify the same line, same file. So at that time, git pull will not work out. It will be rejected and it will give you an option to you. Decide yourself. You should go and talk to developer 2 now and then decide which data you want to keep it. Because Git should not take a decision. Earlier case, Git took a decision because both are in different files. So it kept both the files. Developer 2 data he mentioned and developer 3 data also. But this time, both are modified the same file, same line. So now Git will allow the chance to you. So at the time, you should check with developer 2 for which purpose he modifying the file now. Based on it, you need to put the data whatever you want and then do a git push. Try that scenario in your case. Modify the same file, same line or different file, that is also fine. But it should be on the same file because you are working on your project, you are working on your task. You don't know developer 2 is also committing the same file. Modify the same file and give it a try. Git will get confused now because both are modifying the same file. Which data I should keep it? So at that time, Git will allow you to talk to your developer too and then decide whether you want to keep the data or not. Based on your choice, you can update the file and you can do that. Try this out and then see the result, how it is behaving. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. See you in tomorrow session.
I have a question. For
Yes.
example, just the scenario which you have said. For example,
Yeah.
third line, same file, same line. It has been updated. So how would
Okay.
we know that the same line has been changed? Because we know that the file has been changed, but the lines, how can we know
Yeah, but when you do git pull, it will get the latest code to your system, right? At that time, you can able to look at, right?
if it is
No,
5 to 10 lines?
actually, yeah, actually, it will open it in a editor. Actually. the file will get opened in an editor. Left hand side, your copy is there. Right hand side, content which is available in a central repository that can be displayed. Then you need to do the merge manually and then push the code. Understand my point? When you use a git
Yeah, yeah,
pull, the file will get opened in a editor. Says that left hand side your copy, right hand side central repository copy. Then your choice to do the merge now. This data you want to keep, your data also you want to keep, do the merge and then do a push.
yeah.
Yeah, when you do a practice, it will open it in a editor and you can see the behavior actually. Yeah, thank you. See you in tomorrow session.